I've waited so many years for answers, they've kept me yearning. Memories becoming clear before the night turns to fear. So tell me how I'm doing, and tell me what I am. Those baseless, endless questions are calling for me back. I've watched you become yourself. Your enemies kept within reach. Don't be fooled by the camera's eyes when all you say is with your mouth full of lies. So tell me how I'm doing, and tell me what I am. Those baseless, endless questions are calling for me back. Rose-colored glasses painted by him. Everything lasts when nothing begins. Destiny's comfort changes so fast. Miracles happen, but they never come back. 'Cause what am I doing, and why does it matter when everything's made out of blood-tainted water? I tried to run, but I never could hide behind your walls and dirty parasites. So tell me how I'm doing, and tell me what I am. Oh, those baseless, endless questions are calling for me back. Ooh, 'cause whatever happened to being alive for you? Just you. I've waited so many years for answers, they've kept me yearning. Memories becoming clear before the night turns to fear. So tell me how I'm doing, and tell me what I am. Those baseless, endless questions are calling for me back. I've watched you become yourself. Your enemies kept within reach. Don't be fooled by the camera's eyes when all you say is with your mouth full of lies. So tell me how I'm doing, and tell me what I am. Those baseless, endless questions are calling for me back. Ooh. nothing begins. Destiny's comforts changes so fast. Miracles happen, but they never come back. 'Cause what am I doing and why? Hello, hello, hello. I need to change that command. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful afternoon. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day. Welcome on into the stream, friends. Hello, Aqua. Hello, Cindy. Hello. We are pretty low spoons today, not gonna lie. It's yeah, it's been kind of a tough day for me. But I wanted to stream anyways because I could see myself becoming a sad hermit, and I knew that I needed to do something to not get into my own head. So we aren't really thriving today, but we are managing, and we are going to take things slow and be gentle with ourselves. And yeah, that's the vibe. The vibe is doing my best. Today we are doing my best. And I hope that is okay. And I appreciate everyone being here. And if I am a little lower energy than usual, don't mind me. I am just, it's just a day. It's just a day. But that's what's going on. I support this message. I'm glad. How are you doing, Cindy? Sorry for the confusion. Oh, I have an idea. Yeah, I clicked start streaming, and in OBS it said we are streaming. Like the thing was on that it's red to click stop streaming. But Twitch didn't put me live, and I was like, why am I not live? And so we just basically restarted everything, and that seemed to work. So that's what we did. It was weird, strange, but when has, I don't know a time where OBS/Twitch hasn't given me some kind of trouble. So alas, here we are. How are we doing? How are you doing, Cindy? How are you doing, Aqua? How are we doing, friends? I saw the Discord message. Discord said yes, Twitch said no. Yeah, exactly. That's what Aqua had said earlier too. Tired, fair, always, valid. I got some bubble tea today. It was yummy. I'm good. I went to the library today and got a stack of books. Nice. I'm happy for you. I haven't been reading much because my mental health hasn't been great, if I'm being honest. And I really struggle to read when I'm having a bad mental health time, which sucks because I'm really enjoying the book I'm reading. I just haven't been able to read it much because mental health time says other things. Um, but I want to try again soon. I'm just trying not to get overly frustrated when I am struggling with reading. But that's tough. If your brain needs a break, take the break. Yeah, absolutely. Um, and yeah, it's just February is always hard for me. It's the seasonal depression with the regular depression just comes together with an amalgamation of oof. Just like the 1-2 punch, the combination Taco Bell and seasonal depression, you know? And I don't know what that was. Um but it's a 1-2 punch. It's not a fun 1-2 punch. But it is a 1-2 punch. But that doesn't mean there isn't good things happening and good things coming up. Um on Friday, we will be live for me to do a bunch of hobbies that I don't do. So it's going to be great because I'm not going to know how to do any of them. And I'm not going to be able to look up any instructions unless it's a safety concern. And then I can look up an instruction. And Bandcamp Friday. Yes, that is also this Friday. I know I said originally I think we were going to do 6 Eastern, but I might start earlier. I might do 4 or 5 just because I can see this being a longer stream depending how long some of these hobbies take. So I might do earlier just in case it gets up being a longer stream. And just start with the hobbies that I'm more confident in, which isn't many of them. But you know, um, but yes, very excited for Friday. Yes, I'm excited too. And like y'all gave me awesome things to try. And they're gonna happen. They're gonna happen. Whether they happen well, that is to be determined. I might have gone a bit overboard, but they had a lot of the ones that were still on my list. That's fair. I get that. I have a problem with like my Libby holds is unreasonable, and now they have like the suspend and unsuspend function, but before it was just deliver hold later, and I never want Libby to do like a Libby wrapped unless it's just about the books, right? Like similar to Storygraph, just about the books. Because if Libby did a Libby wrapped, my entire wrapped would be Trita put all these books on hold and then they all came in at the same time. And then she did deliver later on all of them. But then what happened was then she wasn't in the mood for any of them. So then she just kept delivering later and then ended up reading one audiobook in the entire year. So that's what my Libby wrapped would look like. And, you know, that's, yeah. So I am listening to Wuthering Heights, which I've read before, but I'm re-listening to it so I can be extra mad at the adaptation, which I was already mad about. But like, why not be a little extra mad? Because it's really funny reading it again because like, even though I know the story, I've read the book, I know it very well. Some like, I guess like timing of what things happened weren't perfectly there in my head. So it's funny just like, I really don't know how they're making this a romance movie. I really don't know. And with white people, like it really seems impossible. I don't know what they're adapting, but it's not Wuthering Heights. But alas, Trina's Libby wrapped. It's complicated, basically. But yeah, it's one of like the most unhinged classic pieces of fiction ever written. Like it is truly an unhinged book. Like I should honestly make a tier list that's just unhinged shit that happens in Wuthering Heights and do a tier list because like because it would be like it would be one of the wildest tier lists to exist, right? Like it would be it would be quite bananas bonkers. Also, I'm realizing a few things. because I think I was testing something, so then I hid a bunch of things. So the song cue is not there, but now it's there again. But yeah, my Libby Wrapped is just, it's complicated and doing my best. Libby Wrapped is just Trina tried. Trina tried, and that's what matters. But yes, 2K celebration happening this Friday. I'm gonna do a Dollarama run, and it's gonna be a great time. Cindy, I love Wuthering Heights. It's one of my favorite books. It's probably one of my favorite classic books. And like that has a lot to do with the fact that it's my mom's favorite classic book, so that like has definitely been passed down. But more than that, it's like one of the few pieces of classic literature that talks about race relations. And by few pieces of classic literature, I'm talking about in like the literary canon, which is BS. Like realistically, it's BS. But like, yeah, it's at its core about racism and classism and how those things intertwine in relationships in the 1800s. However, the movie adaptation that's coming out is making it an erotica with 2 white people. And, you know, I just have questions because so the whole premise is that the main, like, Heathcliff, like, he's abused his whole life because he's most likely Romani, could be argued to be Latina or Black, but most likely Romani given the setting. The reason his race is never said explicitly is because he's always being described by racist white people, like it's like actually intentional. But it's about how we treat people and then they become a certain thing, and then we're like, oh, see, they're just all monsters, because of the reality of racism, especially how things worked in that specific time period. So like making him a white man, like really like just destroys the entire point. It really like it really just destroys the entire point. Like Bronte is truly rolling in her grave. Rest in peace. You wrote a banger. And your brain is fascinating, but oof. Yeah, I read some bits online about it. Not cool. Yeah, it's really rough. It's like really rough. And like it's been funny hearing like people defending it, including like the director and stuff. Because she was like, it's just such a dense book. It's not realistic to expect us to be able to adapt it, anyone to adapt it. And I'm like, right, so then don't adapt it. Like, I'm sorry, if you think a piece of literature is too dense for you to be able to adapt, then maybe you shouldn't be adapting it. Maybe you should pick something else to adapt. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's not unreasonable. I promise you there's someone out there that will faithfully adapt Wuthering Heights, and maybe that person's not you. And maybe you just wanted to write a smutty movie in the 1800s, and you can do that, and I support you in doing that, but you don't need to call it Wuthering Heights. And just like saying like, I made the movie that made me feel how it felt when I read it. And I'm like, I can understand if you read Wuthering Heights when you were like 14, a lot of stuff might have gone over your head. But if that's how, I have questions for you, girl. I have questions for you. Hi, Disney. Welcome on in. It's good to see you. I'm just ranting about Wuthering Heights again because I am who I am. And yeah. But that's where we are. And This movie shouldn't exist. And I'm not going to watch it. I'm very excited to see all the video commentaries that come out after, and I will be watching all of those. But this is a movie. This isn't one of those things where you can say, like, you can't criticize it if you haven't watched it. Like, no, you can criticize this. This should be criticized. Because yikes. Don't hate me, Trina. I know zero things of Wuthering Heights. You don't need to know things about Wuthering Heights. The thing is, Disney, you know zero things about Wuthering Heights. And so with that knowledge, you didn't go, because I know zero things about Wuthering Heights, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go adapt a movie about it. You know, you didn't do that. And right, that's what the logical next step would be, is to not adapt a movie about something that you know nothing about, right? So like, tell me, tell me why, tell me why this movie is happening and made by people who clearly missed the point. Who clearly missed the point. Who clearly missed so much of the point. Like, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh my God, how dare you not have read this classic piece of literature. Like, I do not care. I do not care if you've read Wuthering Heights or not. What I do care is if you're going to adapt it, you better do a hell of a good job. You better do a good job. Because what do you mean Heathcliff's a white man? What is Jacob Elordi doing on my screen? Jacob Elordi, what are you doing here? Margot Robbie, I know you're not 19. Margot Robbie, you cannot pass for 19. And actually, the brown hair is important to Kathy. It actually is. What are we doing here? Wait. I'm waiting. But yeah. And it's funny because they did cast a brown person. But the brown person is one of the most evil characters in the entire novel. So I don't know why they did that. Yes, Wuthering Heights. Yes, Heathcliff, the main, well, sort of main character of Wuthering Heights, is a person of color, most likely Romani. And they cast Jacob Elordi. They cast Jacob Elordi as a Romani man that gets abused his entire life because of his race. And they're like, we're just gonna take race out of the equation. And I'm like, right, but that's what the book's about. You can't take race out of a book when the book is about race. Yeah. See, Disney, as someone who has zero knowledge, you were also still correct that Heathcliff is a brown man. Like, you know nothing and you know that much. Like, that's how far off this movie is. He was Frankenstein's monster 3 minutes ago, which was fine. Slay. I haven't seen Frankenstein yet. I am actually excited to see it. But yeah. Also saw something about Margot's necklace at the premiere. Yeah, the Elizabeth Taylor necklace? No, that's not the history of that necklace. Also, can we normalize giving jewels back to the countries we stole those jewels from? Like, the irony of them being like, we're gonna cast Heathcliff as a white man, and then we're going to take this stolen piece of Desi jewelry and we're gonna let Margot Robbie wear it at the premiere. And did we also mention all these other stolen pieces of Desi jewelry that when Desi actors have asked to wear them have been rejected? But Margot Robbie gets to wear it, even though they didn't even cast a brown man to be Heathcliff. Jacob Elordi's whatever. Like, I haven't seen enough things. I mean, the kissing booth exists, unfortunately. And then I saw Saltburn. I thought it was just like really, really, really trying to say something and not doing a good enough job at saying it. It was just, and then I, not gonna lie, I am looking forward to watching Frankenstein. I heard he's actually good in that, which is fine. Slay. He's allowed to be Frankenstein's monster, okay? He's allowed to be Frankenstein's monster. What he's not allowed to be is Heathcliff. What he's not allowed to be is Heathcliff. And so, you know, it's kind of wild that it's being advertised as the greatest love story of all time. Like, did we read the same book? Because what are you talking about? Is there yearning? Heck yeah, a ton of yearning. But to call that... There's also, like, things like grave digging and abuse and collars and I did like the movie. I'm assuming you're talking about Frankenstein. But I did go into it before reading the book. I saw some people loving the book and saying they could not watch it, so I don't know what it'll be like for you. I've heard, like, mixed things with Frankenstein. Like, I've heard some people that read the book that like the changes the change in direction it went with, because they felt the message of the book was still there with the change in direction that happened. And then other people that weren't happy with the change in direction because it was different from the book. So I have read Frankenstein a while ago. So I wouldn't be able to give, like, I think I'd have to see it. Like, I'm very much like, I don't think an adaptation has to be, like, perfect to the book. But I do think, like, what's really important to me is that the core message of the book stays. And it does sound like a lot of people at least felt with Frankenstein that the core message stayed. Some people disagree, but it was a way to initiate conversation and discourse. And I think that's interesting regardless of anything else. But yeah. With Wuthering Heights, the message is definitely not staying. I feel like if the core message doesn't say, shouldn't it be a retelling? I, like, don't even know what to call, because, yeah, like, there's even the word retelling, I feel like can cause some, I guess, confusion. Like, usually with a retelling, either the source material has to be old enough that, like, you can kind of do whatever with it, or it's like you're taking the same themes but maybe putting it in a different environment. With Wuthering Heights, what they're doing is they're putting quotation marks around it, because the director basically said that she's going off how she felt when she read it when she was 14 and doing no more research of whether that interpretation was correct or not. It wasn't, because she was 14. And she was like, yeah, it's just like Jacob just looks exactly like Heathcliff in how I remember in my book. And I was like, well, then either you had a whitewashed copy of the book or you just put your ideal man in Heathcliff's place. I don't think she read it again. I really don't think she read it again. She kept saying, like, I want this adaptation to be how I felt about it when I was 14. And I was like, girl, I'm concerned about you if horny Heathcliff and Cathy is how you felt when you were 14. But beyond that, she also was like, and I said this earlier, Disney, she also was like, it's a super dense and intense book. I think it's like impossible to adapt faithfully. And I'm like, no, it's actually not impossible. Is it dense? Yes, it's a dense book. I won't disagree with that. It's not impossible to adapt faithfully. And I think that if you don't think you can adapt it faithfully, maybe you should not adapt it. Maybe it's just not the book for you to be adapting. And that's fine. You know, you could have called it something else. Off topic / side note, something you said earlier, many authors dream eulogy, RIP, you wrote a banger. Can we add that to quotes? Yes. 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 Movies have like multiple parts nowadays, so that's a cop out. No, it is. And the thing is, I'm not even saying you have to include every single thing that happens in Wuthering Heights in this adaptation. You don't. Some things might be better to leave out. It's a really unhinged book, like I said. But again, you can get the core themes and messages. It's just like if you cast a white man, like there's no more point. Like that's just not the story anymore. You quite literally aren't telling the story anymore, which is, yeah. Yes, I'm going to add that. Because that's an iconic thing to say. You're right. Do, 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 do. I'm going to just add Emily to it so that it's clear. There we go. But yeah, she really did write a banger. She really did write a banger. And it wasn't an easy writing process for her. She really struggled with I guess catching up to her sisters in a lot of ways. And Wuthering Heights was really not well received when it was written. Obviously, you're talking about a book that addresses the issues it addresses in the 1800s. And now it's just like so well loved and so unhinged, like so beautifully unhinged. Like that book is truly like, it's a wild time. It's a wild time. It's also like weirdly funny. Like it's interesting if you go into it and like remember the ages of characters at the time in certain things they say, and you're like, you're 12. and it's just very funny. But yeah, it's a great time. It's a great time. And I highly recommend. And the thing is, like, Heathcliff's age is not subtle. Like, it's not age, sorry. Race is not subtle. Like, it's mentioned regularly. The first mention is literally on like page 5 of the book. So like it's not subtle. It's not like trying to beat around the bush. It's not like you could see this in a variety. Like it's not subtext. It is quite literally text. It is in there. It is in there. It cannot be interpreted otherwise. It is like so. Yeah. All that to say, hello. We are streaming and we are in a bit of a weird mood today. But we are going to do our best and take it from there. Yeah. What's everyone up to? What have you been up to, Disney? I know I didn't stream last week because the outdoors came for my vocal cords and I could no longer speak. So. And then I went on vocal rest and then I kept forgetting that I was on vocal rest. I mean, one day I was really good. Like one day I was like pretty good all day. And then the second vocal rest day, I was like regularly forgetting I was on vocal rest. But, you know, I don't think that comes as a surprise because I am who I am. And she is a yapper. She is a forever yapper. Today's a very non-existent day for me. That's fair. I'm very, very tired. Yeah, I'm getting that vibe. It seems like we are a snoozy bunch today. We're just a sleepy doopy snoozy bunch. We're just here trying to exist amongst our sleepy doopy snoozy oopiness. And it's okay to be eepy deepy. And you know, it's February. February sucks. February always sucks. It really does. It really does. It's always a hard month for me. It's the shortest month that seems like 8 years long. And it's a doozy. It's just a doozy. It's a doozy. Trina, you'll be proud of me. I actually got 8 hours of sleep last night. Can we get some claps for Cindy? Because that's incredible. That's really something. I'm genuinely so proud of you. And today I do feel tired. Yeah, sometimes that actually happens when you finally get the right amount of sleep. It's like your body realizes, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. And then it remembers how much lack of sleep you've been getting. And then it just makes you tired. So it's a process. It's a process. It's a walk. But we get there. We all get there. I'm clearly tired too. Jesus. But we are managing. There 2 nights ago I could not fall asleep to save my life and didn't crash out till 4 a.m. So I think it got up. Yeah, that'll do that. That sounds brutal. That sounds absolutely terrible. I do not envy you. I say that. I really suck at sleeping too. Speaking of books, Disney, I'm also reading your book club book, but I'm a little behind and couldn't make it to book club yet. But I will try to make it next week. What's the book club book for Disney for the month? Or for this segment? I would love to hear. I'm not in Disney's book club or Alyssa's book club because I'm on a struggle bus. A struggle bus. That's Not My Name by Megan Lawley. Ooh, interesting. Do I know this book? I'm looking it up right now. Oh, it's a thriller. At least I'm assuming by the cover. You know how you can tell by a book cover whether it's a thriller? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Interesting. This looks interesting. Hi, Phil. Thank you for lurking. It's free if you have Kindle Unlimited. I do not. Yes. One thing we do in a lot of book club is put on our tinfoil hat. If you have any theories, you have to let me know, probably in like a DM though. Fair. I'm always looking for a thriller that I'll actually like. There's very few of them. Usually I find the ones like I've found thrillers that I'm like, that was okay, like that was decent, but I've found very few thrillers where I'm like, yeah, that was epic. So if it's epic, please let me know, because I'm always looking for that, for a thriller that is epic. Define epic. By that I mean a plot twist that's actually good. So a plot twist that's not predictable doesn't mean it's good. It needs to actually be like well thought out and you're like, oh, like this was a well-written plot twist. And a plot twist that doesn't have to do with mental illness. That's always great. I hate anything that's like, oh no, they have dissociative identity disorder. Like, shut up. And engaging. I feel like I don't have super high standards. I'm just usually disappointed by thrillers. But alas, that is me. Oh, never mind on one I was gonna recommend. I'm also fine with ones that like you don't know how you feel about it. Like if it makes you think. That's fine. Like I want to be on the edge of my seat, but I want it to be worth it. Which is like, what does that even mean? Which, fair. What does that even mean, really? But yeah. It's just, yeah, it's like, I'm a therapist, so I don't like mentally ill plot twists. They piss me off. But other than that, yeah, I don't know. If it makes me like devastated, that's great usually. By the way, I rarely use Discord, so I still feel a little lost in there sometimes, but I'm going to try to use it more and get used to it. Honestly, Cindy, I barely use Discord. As someone who has a Discord, I barely use Discord. So I try my best to like throw in a meme every so often to remind people that I am alive, but yeah. So you are not alone in that. There's so much on yours. I try my best. Like, I want it to be an engaging space. There's like, I've organized it. Like, I feel like I spent so much time organizing it that I forgot to exist in it. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of options. When I was thinking, will 100% devastate you, but it clearly has people with clear psychological issues, but it doesn't name it, if that makes sense. Um, so okay, so here's my thing. I don't have a problem with like mental illness being present. What I more have a problem with is when it's like, oh, this person killed a million people because he has dissociative identity disorders and it was one of his identities that murdered them. Because that kind of thing really pisses me off because of A, how inaccurate it is, and B, it's usually with that disorder and also with schizophrenia. Um and often those are misunderstood. Like, I don't mind the presence of psychological difficulties in a book, like that's fine, even if it isn't the villain, but I don't like it when it's like the plot twist is that he murdered everybody, but he didn't know he murdered everybody. Like, that's the kind of thing that I see as like quite damaging to people with things like schizophrenia and dissociative identity disorder. When the plot twist goes around the idea of this person did all these horrible things and they had no idea they did all these horrible things because they have this mental illness. Like, that's kind of the one that, yeah. Maybe give it a Google. But the book is Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. It was one of my 5-star rereads this year, and I left it at 5 stars. Interesting. I have heard of that one. I could give it a gander. Give it a gander. Oh. I just discovered your book channel. Is that the right term? On Discord. Yes. Yes, channel is the right term. I do have a book channel. And it's mainly just me crying. So feel free to put yourself crying in there whenever you want. Feel free to just cry in there as well. Feel free to just cry. Alas. I was pretty proud of that review that I put in the book channel recently. Where it was just a 5-star rating. And the review was, it's okay. I didn't need to be happy ever again anyways. 5 stars. Because I think that's funny. It just is. It's just funny. Because sad things I rate 5 stars. Sad things I rate 5 stars. I really do. I love that one. You showed that here during the book stream too. Yeah. Yeah. That's on Storygraph I usually just like put a rating, not a comment. But sometimes if you like really get me, you'll get something like that. If it makes me cry, it gets 5 stars, no question. A lot of books make me cry, so I wouldn't do it like as like an overarching thing, but like if I'm like hyperventilating, absolutely. Currently trying to read Stardust. I say trying just because I've been too tired to read it recently. I am not ever reading a book by that author again. I don't know how much you know, Disney, but you might want to Google that author. You might want to Google that author. I'm not even saying their name. Like, that's... Oh, Disney. This stuff is recent, too. Like, I literally broke down over this. I'm just, I just watched the movie and knew it was a book. Yeah. You might, massive trigger warnings, but you might want to look up the author and then make an informed choice whether you want to continue from that. Because, yeah, I literally couldn't even say the name out loud for reasons. It was a doozy. It was a doozy. It was really bad. Really, really bad. And the hole that this person has recently tried to crawl back out of with absolutely BS of excuses. And the timing of those, the hole being crawled out of. Hello. Thank you for the claps. And thank you for the posture check. And welcome on in. I know I'm not singing, but presumably that's what I do on here. Welcome. I'm really tired today, y'all. Oh, I did not know that. The thing about that author. Yeah. I read the whole article and I had to read it in parts, like over a few days, because I was so disgusted that I literally could not read it all in one sitting. So, if you read the article, just keep that in mind, because it is one of the most disgusting things I've ever read. Like, it was, holy crap, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. Friends, I'm so sorry that my energy is so low today. I'm trying here, I really am. It's just kind of a rough day for me. We'll probably do a shorter stream because of it. But alas. I posted my stack in your channel. Oh my god, I'm excited to see. Oh my goodness, your kitty! Okay, this is a very good stack. This is a very good stack, and I understand why you got all of them. I haven't read Loveless yet. And I haven't read I Moved to Los Angeles to work on animation, but I've read all the others. And you're in for a great time. You're in for an absolutely incredible time. Turtles All the Way Down may break you. It may actually rip your heart into a million pieces. And make sure you're in an okay place before you read it. Yeah. And Hank's books were so good. Good to know, Trina. Maybe I'll stop the read. Yeah, just informing you, because, like, I figured you probably had no idea. But it's, and I'm not even saying the stuff on stream, because it's, like, it's very triggering for me as well, specifically, and I can't say a lot of the stuff out loud. But it's bad. Which sucks, because that person's work did mean a lot to me at a time in my life. And yeah. Some people suck. Some people really, 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 really suck. But who doesn't suck is anyone in that stack of books that Cindy posted. And I'm very excited for you to go on your Heartstopper journey. It's a great journey. And I'd not read those John Green ones yet, but yes, I'm aware. And after reading the first Heartstopper, I just recently grabbed everything else they had. Good. Well, to be fair, at least the Heartstopper books, like, they're graphic novels, so they'll be quick reads. Yeah, I love Will Grayson, and I love Turtles All the Way Down. An absolutely remarkable thing really gave me Black Mirror vibes, and I loved it, and I loved the sequel. I I loved Solitaire. I haven't read Lovelace yet, but I plan to. I know I'm very late to the Heartstopper party. That's okay. That just means you have so much to look forward to. I love when people discover this series because it's so great. It's so great. And Peanut is an angel. Peanut is an absolutely sweet angel. Just a sweet little angel. Very true. And then I can binge watch the show. So lots of things. Yes, absolutely. And the show's so good. Like they did such a good job with the show adaptation. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Oh yeah, she's an angel and she knows it. Yay, I love kitties. I love kitties. Yeah. Where did my brain go? There's going to be a Heartstopper movie, I believe, like to finish off the series. I think they're finishing it with a movie. Which is exciting and I'm excited about it. And I think there's going to be one more book. It's not out yet, but there's going to be one final book and I'm excited about that. Cats are librarians is what Emily is saying. And actually there is yes, there's 6. Yeah. There is a library account I follow that has a cat that they dress up with their stack of books to be on theme with the stack of books. They don't have number 5 in my library. Oh, that is sad. You will find it though. You will find it. So there's this library account where they dress up the cat and dress the cat up like the theme of the books. So like if it's like a theme of Regency era books, they'll dress the cat up like a Regency era cat. It's truly one of my favorite things. Peanut does not like outfits, sadly. That's okay. Peanut's still doing a great job. Peanut's still doing a great job. Really, really great job. Just look at the little face. The little face, the little face. I love kitties. And maybe one day Peanut already is a librarian, clearly. You see how hard Peanut's working in that picture. I also follow this one girl who's wearing matching outfits with her cats. I know the exact account you're talking about. I love that account so much. It's so good. It's so good. It brings me so much joy. All I need in this world is people matching their cats. And I think that's a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing to be matching your cat. It's so good. It's so good. There's even accessories. Like, I'm obsessed. I'm really obsessed. It's so good. There's gonna be an ad break in 3 minutes. Just a heads up. The stud glasses! Every time the sunglasses come on, I lose my mind. And like the little purse. And the hats. Or in the little like bandanas around the neck. Oh, I'm obsessed. Peanut would never. Peanut's like, mother? Absolutely not. Peanut's like, if you dare ever do anything like that to me, I will end you. And you know, power to Peanut. You know, I get it. You know, Peanut knows what Peanut wants, and that's all we can ever do. That's all we can ever hope for. And Good on Peanut for knowing what Peanut wants. I put a tiny sweater on her once. She took it off in 5 seconds. Well, yeah, I mean, that's even harder, I guess, if, like, not only she doesn't like to dress up, but, like, she knows how to get out of it. So, like, you really can't even for, like, 2 minutes, because Peanut will be like, I will remove this, and I'm smart enough to know how to. And honestly, slay. Because, like, I respect that, Peanut. I respect that. Peanut knows what's happening. I think I have to pay her more. Pay Peanut more. Yes. Yes. That's obviously the solution. Could be nothing else. Could be nothing else. If you pay her with more food and pats, because of course I'm sure that she thinks she's starving at all times. Just so I can take like one photo. No, literally. Just one photo. But Peanut's over here like, mother, try it. Mother, try it. And then it's just not gonna happen. So then, alas, she's glued to my side as soon as I sit. She sits on my lap. That's so cute. That's adorable. I love that so much. Or in front of me at the table in my arms. Oh, that's so sweet. I love cuddly kittens. I'm so allergic to cats. Like, I'm unreasonably allergic to cats. I love them so much and I don't care. Like, if I'm at a friend's house with a cat, I will ruin myself for that cat. But I'm so allergic and I love them so much and I'm so allergic. Alas, the ad break's gonna happen any second. You won't miss anything though. And yeah, I wish I could have a cat. I really do. I would do anything, honestly. I know there's that whole thing with certain cat foods can sometimes help people with cat allergies be less allergic. But like, I would have to have a cat and then test that. And then if it doesn't work, I still have a cat. So so I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. But it's going to be okay. It is going to be okay. It is going to be okay. You know, that's all we can hope and dream for. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, friends, I think I'm going to keep a short stream today. I'm just not feeling my best. I'm glad I came on the internet so that I could do something with my day instead of just wallow. But it's just, I'm struggling, if I'm being perfectly honest with myself. Yeah, I'm struggling. I haven't felt this exhausted in a long time. I mean, that's not entirely true, but, you know, take some rest. Thank you, yeah. Maybe I'll try to read a little bit. Listen to your body. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I need to get better at doing that. And it's hard for me because there are definitely times where it's just executive dysfunction. And like once I start the thing, I'm okay. But I really struggle to differentiate between if it's just executive dysfunction or if it's my body actually needing rest. And I'm trying to figure out how to tell the difference between those two, but I haven't quite got there. Or maybe an audiobook for the meantime. Yeah, that's a good idea. I can put on Wuthering Heights because I'm listening to that anyways and just like lie down and remember just how absolutely bonkers bananas unhinged it is. Yeah, starting is always the hardest part, even if it's something fun. It really is. And I think because I struggle with starting so much, sometimes it's hard for me to figure out like, does my body need rest or am I just struggling with starting something? But now that we're like, I don't know, like just over an hour into the stream, I think in this circumstance it is a my body needs rest. It is what I am thinking. Because an hour in, usually I'm able to have a better idea if I am just dead or not, or if I just needed to start. But I don't think it's a situation where I just needed to start. Which is always tough to figure out. I really never know. Your body is your buddy. Be gentle. Thank you. I appreciate that. Gotta remember that. Gotta remember that. Tessa and Bree didn't put out that song into the world for nothing. Yeah. Okay. Let me take a look, see. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm gonna listen to my body and we're gonna sorry, we're gonna keep things short and sweet today. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me. Hi, Alter. Welcome. We're actually going to be finishing up here. I know I haven't been live very long, but I'm not feeling my best today. So I think we're just gonna finish stream early. Sorry, I've been lurky. I got pulled into stuff. Not to worry. Oh my god. Hi, Cass. Welcome on in. All these people are saying hi as I'm like struggling to keep my eyes open. It's been a hot minute. It has. I feel bad that I'm honestly not feeling my best today. And so I'm probably going to keep it a short stream and finish off. But I'm glad you're here. It's been a while. Thank you for the hugs, friends. And yeah, not to worry at all, Aqua. It's been a while. I just thought I'd hop around and see who's here. Well, it's good to see you. I know it's been a long time. But I'm happy you're here. But we're going to, I think, finish off the stream. I'm really struggling today, and so I just need to listen to my body. But we are going to be live again on Friday, so feel free to join the Discord to stay tuned. Let's get the raid going. We're gonna raid into a co-working stream because it's nice and chill. So either copy the regular or the sub-raid message, um, and go show Fox some love. Feel free to join the Discord, or over on socials. Thank you so much, Aqua, for modding and doing all the lovely things. And thank you to all of you for being here. I appreciate you very much. Um, and I'll see you on Friday, and we'll have a lot more energy then. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, goodbye. I'm a little bit uncertain, a little bit messed up, a little bit forgotten when things fall apart, a little bit too needy, often misconstrued. But how is it that this time I'm a little bit